This is the truth behind the Kevin McHale and James Harden beef or whatever you want to call it today. Now, Kevin McHale did not like the way he was transitioned out when he was with Houston. 11 games into the season, the team was very unresponsive. They weren't that far behind, but it was clear that they weren't going anywhere. And he had a $12 million contract and he was 11 games in before they said, we got to part ways with Kevin McHale. The team's not playing defense, blah, blah, blah. There was a video put out of James Harden showing how he didn't play defense, and people were looking for a finger to blame, and a lot of NBA greats that played with Kevin McHale and all this stuff, that, like Charles Barkley, come out and said, that they were wrong for firing Kevin McHale, and a lot of them blamed James Harden. Well, it wasn't Kevin McHale's fault. They just didn't play defense. So when Charles Barkley was talking like that on the air, everybody sticking up for Kevin McHale, because of the way he was transitioned out, Harden became the main person. Like, oh, he wanted him out. So when he gave an analysis of Houston this year when they got Chris Paul on the on the television show, Kevin McHale stated that he felt James Harden, he tried to lead the team last year, and did as much as he could, but now that that Chris Paul is more of a leader than James Harden was, and so Harden can just go back to focus on just scoring the basketball. That when he tried to lead before, when McHale was there, like, come on guys, we gotta play defense, people just put their head down. Like they wouldn't even pay him any attention. And, he's just not leader material. So James Harden got up and was like, they told him that at the practice. He was ready to answer that with the quickness. And this is what he said.
He's a clown, honestly. I did anything and everything he asked me, to do. I try to lead this team. I did some of this stuff that foot during Houston. But just to go on air and just, downplay my name when, honestly, he's never taught me anything, um, to be a leader. But I've done a great job. I think the organization, my coaches, you can ask any of those guys, how I worked extremely hard every single day to better, obviously be a basketball player, but to be a leader as well. Different types of leaders as well. So to go on air and downplay my name like that, it just it shows his character. And I usually don't go back and forth on social media with anybody or with interviews, but it's time to stand up for myself, and there it is. But you just don't go and do that. Show the type of person he is. Was there bitter over the win? For sure. And I had nothing to do with it. I'm just here to do my job, compete, at the highest level that I can. But when you're here and you're face to face and you're telling me one thing, how great of a player you are, how lucky, that he's a part of to be in this process, and and then you go back, a few years later and just basically say the opposite. It shows your character, shows who you really are. And I'm not that type of person. I don't operate that way. I don't say things, to somebody behind their back or tell them one thing and then go on air and tell them say another thing. How do you think?
And that was it. And James Harden is the type that would never address stuff like this. He's very quiet. He's very laid back. And that kind of personality don't usually constitutes a leader of the team. Joe Dumars had that same kind of demeanor of James Harden almost. Like he never really bragged. Joe Dumars never got a technical foul. This they named the award the Joe Dumars Award because dealt with things with such class, And here's the thing: what McHale is looking at when you want to call something, or let's say you want to look at something, you think of a leader, you have your idea of a leader. Harden is a leader by example. He's saying, look, I'm going to go out there and get what I'm getting. Come join me. Some people are a leader by example. That was Joe Dumars. He's not a vocal leader. And what McHale is used to is a vocal leader like Bird. He's used to that standout magic. These guys, Isaiah, they were very vocal with their leadership. And that's what he thinks a leader should be, or the one that's out in front. Chris Paul is out in front. He's going to tell you what's the situation is. He's going to take charge. He's the president of the players union. Only leaders take that type of, position. We're going to see, which way it goes. I'm quite sure it's the end of it. But let's break down the analysis. Was Kevin McHale's criticism, was it out of bitterness? I don't think it was. It might have been a little part of bitterness. He might have think he did get him fired, but it was a decent analysis. James Harden defense was non-existent. If you watch the way the season ended last year, when they got eliminated, it was basically like he quit. The pressure was too much, and he just gave in. And the body language, he has that Jay Cutler body language, and it didn't sit well with the rest of the team. It didn't sit well with the rest of them, and they followed by example. It looked like he shut down. And when he shut down, the rest of the team shut down. So, looking at it, bringing in Chris Paul does alleviate the leadership problem. So, I do think he was correct there. Y'all tell me what you think. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to make a liar out of them all. I'm out here. Still grinding.